Hi everyone. Today I'm talking about empaths as the lonely chameleon. Now in the last video, empaths as the constant counselor, I talked about how empaths tend to draw people to them. This is very easy for us to do, even unconsciously, because we're good listeners and we hold safe space for people. People can sense this, so they really like to be around us. They tend to seek us out as friends and as counselors, obviously. So even though we draw people to us, we tend to feel lonely in crowds. And this is something many empaths will tell you. I feel lonely in crowds, in groups. I feel lonely when I'm out with my friends. I feel lonely in my actual friendships. This is because so many empaths unconsciously become the chameleon in relationships. We become the chameleon when we're dealing with coworkers, or friends, or any kind of social situation. So if we're at the office, we're at a party, sometimes if we're just one-on-one with a person, we will become the chameleon. This is because we are so good at reading energy. We're very good at reading the energy of other people. Instantly, it happens in the moment. We don't need to take a lot of time to think about it. In fact, it's not something that we think about at all. It just happens. We use our energy reading skills to scan someone else's energy and then anticipate their needs. And once we have a read on their energy and we are starting to anticipate their needs, then we start making personality adjustments in the moment based on those anticipated needs. So what that means is that we change according to who we are around. And we do this instantly and usually on autopilot. We either become complementary to the other person's energy, so we try to meet them with whatever they need by becoming the opposite or the complement of that, or we become a reflecting mirror for the other person and we reflect back the person's identity to them. So you might see this with, we're agreeing with them a lot or all the time. We are reinforcing the other person's beliefs just by adjusting ourselves to what they think they are or how they think the world works. So these two things, us functioning as the complement or a complementary energy to others, and us functioning as the mirror, this makes other people want to be around us. But it also makes us feel lost as to who we really are. Much of the time, empaths are very confused about what we really want, what our needs are, our actual desires, what we want out of life. So when you're ready to put down the chameleon mask, which many empaths are, because this is obviously very tiring, it's a very hard thing to keep up all of the time, and we really want to start putting that down, the first step is to ask ourselves what we really want, what our needs are. And almost always when I teach this in a class and I say the first step is to ask yourself, what do you really want? What are your needs? My students a lot of the time are shocked and say, I've never thought about it, or I don't even know how to go about doing that. How does one even figure out what they need? I've been trying to anticipate and manage the needs of other people for so long that I've never learned how to do that for myself. So a really quick and easy way to do this is to imagine different scenarios. Imagine yourself doing different things, going on a trip, going to a certain store, doing some sort of athletic activity, doing some sort of art activity. It can be anything, but imagine yourself doing something and then feel into it. Does it feel good or does it not feel good? Use the visualization. Really immerse yourself in this scene and then see how you feel. Another thing you can do is to take yourself on a solo date just to experiment with what you like and what you don't. So go to a new neighborhood that you've never been to before. Take a trip to a city that's near you. It's not a big inconvenience, but it's also a little bit different. It's outside of your comfort zone, right? Stay the night there, get a hotel room, go on a walking tour, see how you feel, go to a new restaurant, try some food that you've never tried before. Try new things, and with every new thing you try, slow down and pause and say, do I like this? Do I not like this? Not would everyone else like this, but do I like this? So when we do these sorts of things, we're taking small steps to show up as the person we really are, even if that's scary. And for many empaths, this is very scary because we've never done this before. We've always gone with someone else's preference. We've always wanted to be easygoing, go with the flow, make things easy for everyone around us. So much of the time, we have not asserted our own preferences. We have not experimented with what we actually like and what we actually want. I'm teaching all of this and a whole lot more in my new class coming up, Empaths and Boundaries. We are going to be talking about so much empath stuff. It's going to be crazy. I'm teaching this class because I just finished a workshop on empaths and fear of writing. And I had a ton of people in that workshop. And when we talked about this topic of boundaries and, being the chameleon and feeling disconnected from yourself as an empath, it hit people so hard. I got so many requests by email and other messaging afterwards that said, please, I need you to teach a separate class on this. I need this topic, actually. Like, I've got the writing thing, but I've really got the boundaries thing and the empath thing. And if we could have a space where we could meet and talk about this, this would just be so wonderful. So that's why I'm putting together this class. Now, this is a shorter class. It's 3 weeks. It starts May 31st. It's May 31st, June 7th, June 14th. Those are all Wednesday nights. You do not have to come live. The whole thing will be recorded. You'll get all the recordings. You'll get lifetime access to the recordings. And I'm designing it in such a way that you never have to be there live. You can just buy the course, get the recordings, do it on your own. It will work just as well. I want this to be really accessible to people. It's also only going to be $149. So again, this is a really affordable class. I want to make the barriers as low as possible because I know a lot of empaths really need this information. So please send me questions if you have them about the class, lauren@laurensapala.com, or you can use the contact form on my website, or you can use some other form of social media to get a hold of me. Email or website is probably the best bet. I'm not on social media that much these days. I would love to hear from you and get those questions answered. Please also subscribe to my newsletter. You'll get all the notifications on when the class opens and all the updates about new classes in the future. That is in the comments below, the link to my newsletter. And also, please, if I can ask you, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, share. That stuff really helps out. Doing these videos, it's hard work, and it really, really is so appreciated when you like and share the video. Thank you so much from my heart for doing that. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I really hope I see you in this class. I'll see you all next time.